Okay, welcome back to Drawing 30 Minutes with Tami. We're going to pick up where we left off yesterday on our cherries. And again, maybe some of you have already continued working on your cherries. As you can see, I left off where I was yesterday because I had things I had to do. So again, it's a lot later than I wanted to come back to this on. Like I said, I wanted to try and set a day every day, 30 minutes. But again, life is just so crazy. I don't know about the rest of y'all. It's I get to finally getting some things together, and then it just gets crazy busy. But as long as you get 30 minutes in on your projects, that's all that matters. It would be good to do it a certain time every day. Start that routine up, get that pattern going. I tried to today, but I freelance and I was just getting hit left and right with work, and so it kind of set me back a little bit. But we're back working on this. My table felt like it was moving, and it does wobble a little bit. That's not good. I'm not liking that. I might have to look into seeing why it's doing so much wobbling. Okay, so all I'm doing is looking at my reference and working on my shadows. Again, you just keep building and working it up until you like what's happening. Once I get comfortable with the camera and everything, I'll probably move a lot faster. And I may not talk as much due to the fact that it kind of distracts me a little bit too. And then I hope by the end of the year I will have this down and camera set up better so that things are coming across much clearer. Again, this 30 minutes a day can be on the same project, or you can do 30 minutes of a different picture every day. I probably will jump around. I don't, depends upon the mood I'm in, what subject I'm working on. Again, all I'm doing is building up my shadows. I keep referring back to my reference. And like I said, there might be some days where I just do 30 minutes of quick sketching. And then there might be days where I want to go back or there's days where I just want to focus on one picture. One thing also when you're doing these, you want to have clean lines on the edge, unless you're looking for a sketch rough look Otherwise, you want your lines nice and clean. That's why it's always good to have a pointed, your pencil's nice and pointy and sharp. Because it's easier to create those nice clean edges. Again, and I just keep going back in and working, building. But these journals can be used for anything. You can color pencil in them. You can scrapbook inside of them, paint in. You can do anything with these that you desire or want to do. Again, my purpose for this, and if anybody learns from it or don't learn from it, this is just getting me to do every day, even when I don't want to. I mean, I'm starting on this extremely late, and I am tired. But I promised myself I was going to do 30 minutes a day. And I was really looking forward to it, like I said, and then I got slammed with a major amount of work. Before this day ended, I wanted to get out here and do something. So this is just using my blending stump just to soften some of the graphite, soften some of my edges. I wish I could say, yep, I'm almost there getting done, but there's still a lot to do on this. That's why some days I'll probably do quick, and some days I will want to focus more. And the reason I'm focusing more on this one is because I would like to do a painting of cherries. So this is just allowing me to study the cherry, study the shadows and the highlights. And to be honest with you, I feel kind of rusty on this. I do teach drawing, but when you're teaching, you're not really sitting there drawing with them. You're watching them draw and helping them with perspective and looking at the subject matter, making sure that what they're viewing is coming to on paper correctly. So it's not sitting there drawing something and they're copying me. They're drawing a project on their own, and I'm just working with them on it. I was going to bring my kneaded. What also happened too is I moved, and I'm just now, things around me are starting to calm down where I want to get back into my art. Because it's hard when you're in the middle of a move and your stuff is all over the place. Your yin and yang is off. It's just crazy. So all I'm doing is I'm going in and working in some of my highlights. To also give it some texture here and there. Again, everybody does it differently. I'm sure someone else out there can make better cherries than I can. But again, this is what the 30-minute daily is. It's to improve your drawing skills, to make what you do even better. And a part of me doesn't want to get really detailed, and then the other part wants me to get real detailed, so I'm kind of torn because this is just to be 30 minutes a day drawing. And like I said, I mean, we all draw differently. We all approach things differently. We're all in different levels when it comes to anything. We all have to start somewhere. And when you're not familiar with something that you've never drawn before, it's going to take longer than someone who is always drawing cherries or flowers. I mean, I've seen people who can sit down and whip out a bouquet of flowers like it's nothing. But then that's all they do, and that's what they're familiar with. Give them fruit or something else in there, and it's going to slow them down in their tracks, going, oh wait, this is different. I got to approach it differently. And I'm not looking for photorealism. I'm just getting to know my cherries. I'm just getting to see how they work and move. Seeing different textures that are going on in them. The only thing I can suggest if you're a beginner is to practice every day. Even those of us who've been doing this most of their life, we still have to practice every day, or we should be. Doesn't mean we always are or can. But just just take time out and do something if this is something you enjoy, if it's a hobby or if you're trying to make a living off of it. It's like anything, you have to practice, practice, practice. And slowly you start seeing yourself improving. And I think that's kind of why I also want to do this. I want to be able to turn to this page and turn to the very last page and see how much I've grown, to see, you know, well, I guess if I've grown, but you should, I think we all should grow if we keep practicing. I guess it's like picking up an instrument. Eventually you start learning how to play that instrument the more you practice on it. Well, that's the same way with drawing. You've got to work with it every day. And there's some days where I can't do the project that I'm working on with the ants. I can't get to it because of my job or something else is going on. Oops. So I promised myself I would try and do this every day, no matter what time it is, to stop before the day ends and do this. If not for yourself, well, yeah, I guess it would be for yourself. You want to. I just want to improve and get better each time on something that I'm doing. That I learn how to approach it different. I tried this, I tried that. It's not always going to work. It's not always going to be to my liking. But isn't that sometimes how life is? And the only thing I can do is say, take your time. There's no race. If there is, it's with yourself. It's not with anybody else unless you're doing a job for someone. Which then, that's pressure in itself. So you always want to make sure that you allot for the days you don't want to do it. Now, the plus and minus about a blending stump is that it will pick up a lot of your graphite, even though you're moving it around to soften it. It will pick up what you've put down. So sometimes you do have to go back over what you did for the dark parts and reapply. So I am working a little bit faster because I do want to move on to the others, but I have to remind myself this is, I don't want to put 20 hours in on this when it's just in my sketchbook. But I also want to make a nice piece. It's, for me. And sadly, my phone is about to go dead on me. So hang on one second, y'all. Okay, I'm just like all over the place. Oh, I said I would be more ready today, but I'm such a rookie. How long has this stuff been around and I'm still like holding my phone when there's all these tech tools out there, and I know I have one somewhere and I cannot for the life of me find where that my items are for holding my phones. I know they're packed away somewhere. I just have to find what I did with them. And again, I gotta find my kneaded erasers too. I am so unprofessional right here. But again, my goal is to get my 30 minutes in for today. Like I said, once I get my situation a little bit more, I should get my act together. But here's the thing. I've been wanting to do this for a while now. And I kept putting it off. I kept finding excuses, one thing or another. And I just decided, just do it. I've had so many of my friends just go, always throwing that at me. Just do it. So guess what? I'm just doing it. All right. So I'm probably going to come back to this one. I'm going to work on the stem a little bit. Again, I'm just trying to get my lines nice and clean. All right, so let's work on this stem a little. I know my biggest thumb down will be the camera action. Now, if you like this video, even though it is really at the beginning stage, and I hope you guys bear with me and stick with me, please like and subscribe. I promise you, as I move along, things will start getting better. So basically what I'm having or wanting is just you guys draw with me for 30 minutes. It could be the same thing I'm working on, or it could be something else that you've been wanting to do, and just draw with me. And granted, I know that there are other people out there doing the same thing that are a whole lot better, but we're all unique and different, and we're all artists. And like I said, I'm doing this for me, to get me out here drawing. So why not share my experience as I am drawing with y'all? And slowly, I will be traveling and taking this with me, and have you guys travel with me also to different locations. And then we'll be taking this on the road and drawing and just having fun. I will say that in a couple days I'll be heading to Ohio, and there I'll take you to the campground where I'm going to be heading out, and we'll draw something there that'll probably quick sketching. And then maybe even come back to the grapes. Must be wanting grapes. Back to the cherries. So again, this is just 30 minutes. And one, I'm not working on the greatest paper. So the textures and the thing, and just what I'd like to try and pull off, of course, I'm not able to because this is really poor paper. But again, my purpose is just to get out here and do some drawing. So slowly, as we're coming together, you can see that everything is slowly, once you start getting rid of also a lot of your white paper, this is when everything starts looking more correct, or more done, or more finished, or some, you know. Also, I kind of wanted to do this because I just like drawing, and I'd like to just have y'all there drawing with me. It's like having my friends hanging out with me while we sit and talk and draw. Again, I'm just going in, and I'm handling this cherry completely different because I'm in a different new day. So I'm not going to probably do it the same way I did this one. But I do want to watch that I don't smear the one I just finished. So I'm just kind of getting it prepped on where my shadows are, so that when I get back on it tomorrow, I'll pick right up where I left off. And there might be times when I just do quick sketches just like this. I don't go into completing. I'm just getting my shapes and seeing where my shadows are. So again, if you like this, please subscribe and hit your like button. So this way you'll see all the drawings progressing over the next coming days and weeks and months. Again, this is just me drawing, me out here, Tami, sharing my art and my drawing skills and just hanging out with you. And just having a quiet evening with my paper and pencil. And now I feel like I'm rambling because it is late. It's been a long day. But I feel good. I feel a lot better that I'm sitting down doing this. This is very relaxing. I don't know about for the rest of you guys, but I just find this relaxing. So, look at that. 30 minutes is almost up. How fast it goes when you're hanging with friends and just talking and sharing. Well, it's more me talking. But hopefully, in the near future, I'll be able to chit-chat with y'all. But until then, you can always leave comments in the bottom. So this is a good place. I'm going to stop right here and pick this up tomorrow. Like I said, I wish I had a set time, but I do not at right now. I'm working on that. So, but that's what happens when you want to draw 30 minutes a day. So that's where we're at for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do a thumbs up if you like it and hit subscribe. And again, we'll continue with this tomorrow. And until then, you guys have a great day now. Bye-bye.